7:16 right now at WBAP. David Taylor joins us. He's the co-founder of Crudefunders. That's the name of the organization, Crudefunders. If you're one of those folks who wants to get in the oil and gas industry, but know what you say, maybe you're not one of those accredited investors, or maybe no one's been knocking on your door offering you an opportunity. Well, you may have a chance. Am I right about this, David? Could some slappy like me get involved in the oil business now?
I think so. How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing good. All right, tell us how it works. Fill us in on Crudefunders and how this organization works.
Well, we are if you're familiar with the term crowdfunding, that's what we are. We are a portal that is based in Dallas, Texas. We have an office in Houston and also in Midland. And we basically post projects through vetting through really good experts. So we have a geophysicist, we have commodities traders, we have attorneys, landmen, drillers, operators. So we bring this giant staff of experts, and then we vet projects that we think have been in the past overinflated or potentially overoperated, and we try to reduce a lot of the risk. So that way people who've never invested into oil before, what they're called unaccredited investors, so they make less than $200,000 a year and have never been able to actually invest in oil, we give them an opportunity.
Wow. So you can go to the website, crudefunders.com, and find out more. What is the minimum investment? Is this a deal where you still have to be able to come up with $50,000 to get going?
Actually, no. So our minimum investment requirement is $1,000. And just to give you a little background, Texas has just passed a law that makes this thing legal, which is called it's Texas Intrastate Crowdfunding Exemption. And so for the first time, and it'll start December when we're actually live and running. Our site's up now, but it'll have a little facelift, and whenever the projects are actually legal to put on there. But for $1,000, you can go on there, and the way it works is you can have up to $5,000 into the site in one fiscal year, and you can kind of pick and choose. So you can actually diversify, putting it into one project or 3 projects or 5 projects, however you'd like to.
All right, so the minimum investment is $1,000. The maximum investment for the year, though, is $5,000. Is that right?
If you're unaccredited, if you are what's considered accredited or a qualified investor, then you can there is no cap, but that's going to be someone who makes over $200,000 a year and or has $1 million of assets that they own.
Wow.
Other than their home.
But that's pretty neat to be able to say you own an oil well for $1,000.
That's exactly right. I'll just give you an example. So I lived in Dallas my whole life, and then I went to Texas Tech. And so I would drive out to West Texas all the time, and you'd see oil well after oil well. And I always wondered how to get into the industry, and I just never could figure out how to. So now I'm just like everyone else. I get to actually own a piece of an oil well, hopefully several of them.
All right, so the website is crudefunders.com. Now, you said that it's not necessarily up and running. I'm looking at it. Can you go ahead and log in? Can you create an account? And then when things happen in December, you'll be first in line?
That's exactly correct.
Okay.
So it's operational now. You can sign in. We'll get you all the information you need. And then whenever it becomes officially able to put our projects on there, then we'll get going. But we should be able to do that in 1st of December.
Wow. Okay. All right. Good deal. Now, are you limiting the number? Is there a limit number, or do you have so many projects out there that you could never run out, essentially?
Well, fortunately, we live in a great state. This is something that I don't think we're going to run out of, but it's one of those things where we really want to make sure that these projects are close to perfection. So we can't tell you what project to invest in. We can only say that there are some projects on our site when it comes up there, but I think we'll probably do around 3 to 5 per month at most. Mm-hmm. So it will have a little bit of, not everyone can put money into it, but we can try it.
All right, David Taylor, co-founder of Crudefunders.com. They're crowdfunding, essentially, your chance to get in the oil business. Thanks for the time this morning.